Alright, let's cut to it. The entire landscape of AI development just got completely shaken up. If you have been feeling that Cursor's new pricing is really unaffordable, and you have been wondering what to do now that Windsurf is being absorbed by Devin and Google, you are not alone. For the last few weeks, there have been a lot of discussions everywhere on the internet, on Reddit, on Twitter. People are trying to find an alternative to these tools. Where 2 days ago, Amazon quietly launched a new AI ID called Kiro. I am not exaggerating when I say this changes everything. I've been using it non-stop and I'm absolutely hyped. This is not a simple coding assistant. It's a fundamental shift. It's a combination of a lot of tools. This replaces ChatGPT, Taskmaster, and Cursify. So forget everything that you know, and in the next 8 minutes, I'm gonna show you that why Kiro is the tool that you need to be downloading right now. The first thing that you would notice about Kiro is the entire design is very clean and intuitive. It's basically built on top of VS Code. The UI is much easier to understand. Interesting thing is what is happening under the hood. They're built on top of Claude Sonnet 4, so the model is pretty much the same, but there is a major difference in how they have configured the entire mod. Right now, this is absolutely free, but the paid plans are also very affordable. The $19 plan gives you 1,000 free requests every month, which is twice as much of Cursor. And there is also a $39 plan. This gives you 3,000 requests every month, which is actually insane. There is no app right now which provides you such extensive limits. I hope they keep it the same way. Now, about the product, Amazon has focused on three pillars for this launch. The first one was spec driven development. Kiro focuses a lot on that. You can just start with an idea, and then on the platform, you can create clear requirements, a full design system, and a detailed list of tasks. It's sort of like a PRD within Cursor and using Taskmaster on top of. Second is agent hooks. This is completely wild. So far, there have been automations like Cursor background agent, but this is truly intelligent. You can set up a hook that automatically updates your documentation every time you save a file, or a hook that runs every time you press commit so that security checks can happen. Basically, you can set any trigger and set up a custom prompt for handling repetitive tasks. The third thing is the intuitive design itself, which brings all of it together. There are two modes within the software. The first one is vibe code and another one is structured or spec-driven developer. Now, all of that sounds great on paper, but let me tell you about my actual experience because this is what blew my mind. I was working on one of my existing apps and I wanted to add a new complex feature. I was working on an app that can generate question papers for teachers who are preparing their students for competitive examinations, MCAT or SAT in US, JEE and NEET in India, and similarly in all the other regions. Within the school, I wanted to add a new feature. I wanted the functionality to give the teacher a choice to get the answer sheet separately or the answer sheet embedded in the questions itself. The second one would be helpful in practice, and the first one can be used when they want to take a mock test. Honestly, what happened next is something that no other tool so far, Cursor, Claude Code, or Windsurf has done. Kiro one-shotted the entire development. I just gave a single prompt describing that what I wanted, and it did everything in one shot. First, it thought like a product manager, analyzed my request from a user's perspective, and it generated a list of detailed requirements and edge cases. And then in the next part, it think from a software architecture's point of view. It scanned my entire repository and understood the existing architecture. It generated a technical design document. This included flow diagrams, the final file structure, and even the data schema updates. Finally, it broke down the entire design into a sequence of manageable tasks. It listed them out, showing me the plan, and then executed them one by one, updating me on its progress. It was absolutely amazing. The great part is that all of this is getting automated as you are using it. So every time you allow it to use a command, it adds it to its allow list so that next time when it has to run that command, it does not need to ask you. That makes it much more automated down the line, and you can also change it from the backend. So you have total control. but you can also automate it to a level that is comfortable with you. And honestly, this is pretty amazing. Think about the old workflow where you had to start in ChatGPT to brainstorm the specs, and then you have to drop down the entire context of your project so that it can create a PRD for you. Then you had to move to Cursor, where you had to paste the entire instructions. Then you had to use a MCP like Taskmaster to break down it into tasks and taking a note every time the change is being done. And honestly, that was also not very accurate because MCP tool calls are not that accurate themselves. But now, this new process where everything is consolidated and you can do all of it in a single iteration, it's absolutely brilliant. And I'm looking forward to use this every day. I hope they don't fuck up their pricing like all the competitors. Amazon could not have timed this better. Right now, the AI coding space is in a chaos. Cursor just jacked up their pricing. The $20 Pro plan now gives you much less usage. Many developers are trying to move away from this platform. And then there is Windsurf, Google, and now Devin hired a part of the team and left the product hanging in the air. It's gonna be discontinued really soon. The only limitation is that right now it only has access to Claude 4 and Claude Sonnet 3.7. I guess they would be adding more models down the line. There is no OpenAI or Grok model in the list so far. But Claude Sonnet works really well with the optimization they have done. And on top of that, they've launched a new hackathon called Code with Kiro, where you get prices of $100,000. So basically, you can use the tool for free, submit your entry to the hackathon. It's live until 25th of August. So there is literally no reason for you to not try this. So build out something. On the bright side, you might win the hackathon. And even if you don't, you get to use a groundbreaking tool for free. This is gonna be Cursor and Windsurf's replacement for me for sure. And I just want to clarify, this is not sponsored. I was just honestly very much impressed with the tool itself. I've been tweeting about it non-stop from the day I started using it. If you are watching this, you are ahead of the curve. There are not many people who are using it right now. So download Kiro today, start using it, and build out an app. The link is in the description. I would be dropping a much more detailed tutorial on how to use Kiro. If you want to get access to that, subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell icon so that you get to know when I launch that. That's all for today. I'll see you next time.